Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, in our program Faith and Superstition, written by Dr Narendra Dabholkar, a social activist, we are going to discuss the four criteria that decide whether our belief can be called faith. What are these four criteria? The first is verifying the facts or the truth. The faith that does not allow to be questioned on the basis of facts or truth is a superstition. What does this mean? Baba Saheb Ambedkar gives an apt illustration. He says, if you find a yellow shining piece of metal, do you burst with joy that you have found a precious piece of gold? No. You argue with yourself that when put to the test of fire, the piece will shine if it is gold and will not if it is only a piece of brass. You give so much thought while deciding about a piece of metal. Why don't you take such a considered decision regarding your values that guide and sustain your life? You must take a decision about your values thoughtfully. It means that you ought to put your faith to the test of the fire of truth. The second criteria of faith is non-violence. In any society, people have diverse faiths. They all should be allowed to preach and propagate their faiths as long as they confine their activities within the bounds of propriety. To allow people adhering to faiths other than ours to propagate, to consolidate, and to persuade others to accept that faith is akin to reverence for others' faiths. It is tolerance and is rooted in non-violence, the fundamental rule of life. And to insist that those who adhere to faiths other than ours have no place here is in itself an enormous superstition. Thus, the first criteria of faith is truth and the second, non-violence. What is the third criterion? It is being dynamic. It can be tested as below. Fear and lure are two drives that weaken a human being's determination. For example, you believe in your religion. Your faith is strong and deep. Now someone asks you, come on, I will give you 20 lakh rupees cash down. Will you change your faith? It is likely that you first make sure that nobody is around within a hearing distance and ask him, will you really give me that much money? Then, maybe I need not fuss over my religion and do as you ask me to do. Similarly, if someone puts a sword to you or your child's throat and threatens, either you change your religion or you or your child are dead, how will you react? You will certainly think, let me extricate my neck first and then think what to do next. I can change my hats any number of times only if my head remains intact on my shoulder. You will then tell him, my life is worth millions. I am prepared to change my religion as you wish. You also quietly contemplate. Eventually, as the situation improves, I will be back into my fold again. This you may call a wise decision, but you are certainly not faithful to your religion. In both these cases, it is not the faith but lure and the fear that drive you to the action against your faith. Accepting such extreme situations, it should be the other way around. The fourth criteria is that faith sublimates your value judgment while superstition, on the contrary, debases it. Whenever I accept something as part of my faith, I have to accept its value content too. If Lord Rama occupies an important place in my faith, then the values, truth, and constancy to his wife despite the custom of the day of having several wives that he upheld should also be important to me. It would be quite interesting to find out whether those who extol Lord Rama so fervently accept and stick to these two values, truth and constancy, in their personal life. About truth, less said the better in this country. Truth alone trims is our motto that is engraved on our national emblem. But our everyday experience tells us that untruth generally trims. And the reverence and the love of Rama does not cause any obstruction into our affairs. Let us now consider the other virtue of Ram, that is, his constancy towards his wife Sita in that bygone era. Today, bigamy is banned by law. It is a punishable crime. However, while the whole country was being stirred to fight on the Rama Janmabhoomi issue, Maharashtra faced a stark reality. 6 lakhs of deserted and divorced wives with their children were thrown into the winds for no fault of theirs. Is the life they are condemned to lead in agreement with Lord Ramachandra's ideals and values? If it is not, those who talk so passionately about their faith in Ram should equally be passionate about the issue of 6 lakhs deserted and divorced women thrown out by their husbands. But all Ram Bhaktas choose to keep mum. For them, Ram is not important for the values he cherished. He is important for the votes they can get in by his name. What we regard as faith, some of them call loyalty. Others describe it as sensible faith. The choice of the word aside, what is important is whether you examine your faith or not, whether you tolerate other faiths and do them no violence, whether your faith drives you to action. And lastly, the most important factor is whether your faith makes you a sublime human being or a debased one. So, these are the criteria that help you examine your faith. Insistence on such examination alone brings about human progress. Discourse on faith and superstition, therefore, is an important matter in the ideological discussions of the Andhashraddha Nirmoolan movement. And here ends our chapter on faith and superstition. And in the next episode, we will know about the scientific outlook written by Dr. Narendra Dabholkar. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Dr. Samaram multi-channel network, which is nearby 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.
Please download Samaram multi-channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.